Oh, dude, this story. You're not going to believe this shit.
I don't even believe it already.
Okay. Is that like waking up in the morning and crawling out of your barn and you're like, why is my mouth all cut up? And then,
oh my God.
And then the guys that live in the house next to your barn are like, you ate a light bulb.
And I was like, I need help. And I like literally pulled my hair out.
And I leaned down to get the case of beer. And when I leaned down, a full-size praying mantis fell out of my hair. My life is wild.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Manic World of Jaci Terj podcast. I am her. She is me. I'm Jaci Terjeson, stand-up comedian, podcaster, writer, peanut lover. I don't know. I just like to get my protein where I can get it. And today I have a special little treat ski because on the podcast I have somebody who is a friend who I've known for maybe since I started stand-up. 200 years ago, and he's so funny. You probably know him, and if you do, you love him. It's the very hilarious Sam Miller.
Hey,
What
I will
up?
be completely nude in 2 minutes, just so you know.
We keep
But
telling
not
Sam
like
no,
weird
but he's
nude,
insisting.
not like weird nude, art nude.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I think it's going to
thanks.
bring
Yeah,
just like the dignity of this podcast up, to be
Yeah.
honest.
yeah.
So thank you for being on my podcast.
I'm a tree. I'm gonna lose my leaves.
Wow, that's not in season, but I
That's
still
art.
appreciate it's like
I
about to
gotta
be
stop.
summer.
I feel like there's like a boundary thing, and I keep doing this bit where like I go to comedy clubs, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do comedy. I'm gonna do interpretive dancing, and I do. The piece is called The Seasons, and I go, I'm a tree, and eventually I lose my leaves. I'll be completely nude. But I'm like, it's not weird though. Like I'm not
It's-
gonna get in trouble.
That's
'cause
like
it's art.
that's like your prop is yourself.
Yeah.
You're basically Gallagher.
Yeah, I'm a prop comic. Props my wiener. Let's go.
Oh, I love it.
It's good to be here. You're one
yeah.
of my favorites, and I think you know that. Like
oh my God.
you're doing well. You're unique. You're fun. We don't get to work together very much anymore because we're doing our own things. And
Aw.
I was happy. I saw you at a podcast, and I was just sitting by my phone, just waiting
Oh my God.
for the
Word's
invitation.
getting out.
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
knowing that I have podcasts.
Yeah, I see the
You,
clips.
my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Doug.
so Doug,
Doug knows.
like the Doug from the cartoon Doug.
Yeah. Yeah, he's real. He's a real guy.
Yeah.
That's actually a documentary.
My favorite part is when he opens his closet and he has all of the same
Yeah.
clothes. It's
Yeah.
actually it's an origin story of Elon Musk.
Is it?
Yeah. Elon Musk was Doug.
Yeah, it's all just mega hats.
yeah.
Mega
And like
hats.
the black blazers.
And
is that
10
what it is?
identical bags of ketamine.
And he organizes them. They all have
Yeah.
labels too of the days of
Yeah.
the week. That matches undies. We love it.
I had somebody tell me that they're like, Elon Musk is not on ketamine. But it was funny because, like, I think they're on ketamine and they don't want to be doing the same drug that Elon's doing.
It's like, no, it's different.
Yeah. Not my ketamine.
For a long time before I knew what ketamine was, I thought it was a cereal. I don't know why.
Special K.
Yeah.
That's actually a street name of
Is it?
ketamine is Special K. Yeah.
Wow.
I had a friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name, but it starts with a B, and he really loved
Bob?
ketamine. No, not Bob.
I'm
Bob,
just guessing.
Bob died.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, Big Bob. Big dead Bob. Wonderful guy. What was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bob.
My friend B, not
Yes.
Bob.
Okay, not Bob. Brent.
Nope.
Okay.
Stop guessing B names. He loved ketamine, and he was before ketamine was like really popular. Like
Yeah.
he loved it, and he was always such a sad person, except when he was on ketamine, and he would be very happy when he was on ketamine. And so usually he'd come over to our house and he'd be like, "Oh, what's up, guys?" But every once in a while he'd come over and be like, "Guys, you're not gonna believe what happened." We're like, "You did ketamine?"
It's like everybody can believe what happened.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but that's not even it. Like things are just going my way. And I'm like, all right, dude.
It's part of this complete and balanced breakfast.
Yeah. You're on the couch. You're like, "Did you do cereal?" It's like, no.
I mean, I'm happier when I have a bowl of cereal, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Especially the sugary ones.
Yeah. I try not to. Because a lot of them, man, like, it really is, like, it's nothing but
sugar
yeah.
and cardboard. That's what it is. That's what it seems like. There's like no
Yeah.
nutrition in this, but
No.
so you're a stand-up comedian. Things are going well for you.
Stop.
How are you doing? Like, how's everything going?
Oh, it's okay. We talked a little bit before the podcast. It's a lot. I go between like overwhelmed and content like pretty quick.
Yeah.
I switch back and forth. Same thing with like gratitude and like malaise, I guess.
I love Malays on my sandwiches.
yeah. Malaise and mustard.
Yeah.
That's the name of my next album.
I'd listen.
Yeah. It's cool. It's comics that might be listening to this or people that know about comedy. It's strange because like I've been doing comedy for 11 years. I started legit like headlining like six years ago. Like I was headlining before COVID, and not like anything to be like that proud of, but I was getting ready to go full time right when COVID hit. And then that threw everything for a loop. But then yeah, it's been like June will be 4 years having it as my full-time job.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and like anytime you talk to me, I will always tell you that the last 6 months have been like especially strange. And but if you would have talked to me 2 years ago, I would tell you that the last 6 months have been especially strange.
Yeah.
Because
wait, like strange, like how?
Because you can never get used to it. Because like the minute you get used to it, it like changes. So like you get used to like the people you're working with and the level of shows you're doing and like the online following you have. And then it changes. And then it changes and then you get used to that. And like there's been some significant setbacks, but mostly like the trajectory has been like pretty solid now for the 4 years since I went full time.
That's so cool. Does not feel so confirming, like you did the right thing?
Yeah, it does, but it's also like I also feel absolutely bonkers like a lot of the time, and going between like being on the road by myself and then coming back to the family and then like being on the road, and like it's hard not to have it separate like two different lives.
Yeah.
I get, and the thing is funny, like I've never cheated on my wife. I do not plan on cheating on my wife, but like I get it now, like why people do that. And it's weird because like I don't even think it's around sexual urges. I think it's around just like being tired of being lonely.
Yeah, if you're on the road all the time by yourself.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Like it's been better lately because I've been around other folks, or like I'll go and hang out after a show with some friends or something. But like my career is in this place where like the shows keep getting bigger and better, and it feels really good. But then it makes the hotel rooms even lonelier because like it's in comparison to that.
Right.
And it's really strange. And I've heard like artists, like musicians, like they talk about it. But like for some reason I thought, it's like, what do you mean? Like hotels are sweet. It's like,
right.
It's like there's not a bunch of shit everywhere for my kids. I like it.
Right. No, it's funny because I remember Taylor Clark saying something about this. He's just like, it was at the 51st Jokes one year because like all the comedians are there, and you see all these people who are like headliners, so you don't see them anymore, but maybe you started with them, and it's when you start, you have all these friends, you have community, everybody's like getting better together, and then like when you start headlining, you're going out by yourself more, and it's just like it's less of the hang.
Yeah, if you're a newer comedian and you're like less than 2 or 3 years in, like half your friends will be gone in 6 years.
Yeah, so buckle up.
They're gonna quit.
Get ready to have the ketamine out.
And then about 7% of them will move on to like this other weird level, and maybe you have a chance to do that too. I really think about that, the numbers sometimes. Like I think out of like the 100, let's say 100 people start doing comedy.
Yeah.
And within a year, 30 of them are gone. Within the next year, probably another 30. And then out of those 40, 20 of them are gonna peter off in the next 5 years or so, probably.
Yeah, and then you look through your Facebook friends list and you're like, I used to do comedy with that person. Now they're in finance.
Yeah. And then out of the 10 people that are left, what's crazy is like maybe 2 or 3 of them will have like a career, 2 or 3 of them will be like successful, and then like there's also like 2 or 3 of them that you will
We'll
find
go to
out are
jail.
completely unhinged
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, you know, and they'll just bounce from scene to scene
Yeah.
and like burn bridges.
And they're like,
Yeah.
everybody's on the web about them. Like,
Yeah,
do not
yeah,
let
yeah.
this person into your show.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that guy.
And then they'll move to Austin.
You can't say anything here anymore. I'm going to Austin, man.
Yeah. I'm going to the free speech castle. Finally, I can say what I really think about women.
Have you been down to Austin? Have you
I'd
done many
like
shows?
to touch a woman. Not like in a weird way, but it'd just be really nice. And maybe she would touch me. And essentially, we could make love, maybe.
And by woman, they really mean Joe Rogan.
Yeah. You know, I know right now I'm just driving Uber, but I'm on all the apps, and I'm getting better at comedy. I just wrote 10 minutes on black people and what I think of them. It's like, wow.
And that person's headlining the mothership. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'd love to headline
kick 'em
there.
while
That's
they're
not
up.
yeah.
Yeah, mothership will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do go to Austin. Austin's strange. I've been to Austin 4 times now.
Yeah.
The last time I was there was really interesting because people knew who I was because of the social media stuff, and I got to go up at the different clubs. Like you show up and getting drop-ins at the Austin clubs.
That is so cool.
It was.
I go to places like that and people know who I am, but just because people have been on the web about me being like, don't let her in your show.
Yeah.
You know?
She's like, we warned you about her.
Right.
Yeah, she's weird. She eats cereal before the shows. Here's the thing that I notice in Austin, right, is that half the comics there are like good, fine regular comedians that are, a lot of them are really funny. A lot of them went there for an opportunity that they couldn't get in their normal scene. Maybe they're there for a while. Maybe they've moved there. There are a lot of opportunities there. But then half of the comics are just like edgelords that have been like removed themselves. People get this idea in their head. Like, this is what I've seen in the Northwest, is that like you have these comics that they're really into this idea of like blowing people's minds and like shocking people and saying crazy things on stage. And the funny is like secondary to them.
Right.
It's more about like making a statement. And then what's weird is that they get that blowback from like comedy producers, and a lot of times it's not even about content or shocking. It's just like, oh man, like you're really like ruining these shows.
Right. They don't want us back here.
They don't want that there. And so like, and then what's funny is then there'll be like 4 or 5 of those folks, and they're like, oh, we're like too live for this. Like we're too out there. And then they start their own thing, and they start booking their own shows.
Yeah.
And then a venue will be like, no, like this is terrible. Like, we can't have this. Like at first the venue was like all on board, but they're like, nobody's coming to the show.
Right. We don't want to hear about this while people are eating.
Yeah. And then what's crazy is that like usually like then like, so that 5-person crew, like 2 or 3 of them will like quit or like, but then invariably like one of them moves to Austin.
Yeah.
And this isn't just happening in the Northwest. This is happening in all these scenes because they see Kill Tony and they're like, this is the type of humor that works.
Right.
And for the 1 minute on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
And they see that as their like path. And like, there's a lot of those folks there. And you know what's crazy is like, there's so many of those folks in Austin that like, they're competing against each other. For like,
right. None of it's shocking, probably, because everybody's shocking.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like if everything's shocking, nothing's shocking. And by the way, like I don't really give a like Kill Tony is neither here nor there to me. Like at this point in my career, I'm like completely neutral to Kill Tony.
Yeah.
It sucks because I know for a fact that there are women in my life that do comedy that I think are talented, and they are terrified to go on Kill Tony.
Yeah, I would never. I like even just like clips I watch. They're so mean, and I'm like a comedian. I have a very thick skin.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, if it's not funny and you're just punching down on somebody, I could just listen to my kids talk to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the thing that's like to like take note of that though. Is it like whatever you think about Kill Tony, just know is it like there are who I believe to be talented comedians that are like, especially like talented women comedians that are scared to go on Kill Tony because, and then, so what is that? Like, I mean, like, what is that? Like, where are we at with that? You know, like, what does that mean anymore?
Yeah.
Because like comedy, I think like during the Me Too movement, like the pendulum swung, and I think that there were mistakes that were made for how we deal with folks that have been accused of things.
Yeah.
And like it was so much like we were struggling giving well-meaning people that made mistakes a path to be accountable.
Right.
Like I feel like that pendulum swung too far, and I was a part of that. Like I made mistakes there.
When it's like, you're never doing any of this again. Like no one's talking to you forever.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Yeah.
And that, but I also feel like that was a natural reaction to like an industry that was just like completely out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and but now what has happened is now that pendulum has like swung all the way back.
Yeah.
Where like guys like I'll just say it, man. Guys like Chris D'Elia are going on the cancel this tour,
right?
You know,
right,
and it's
right.
like when you look at like what that man, like what Chris D'Elia did,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, dude, like
right,
that's
yeah,
terrible.
we will cancel that.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like you don't like nobody's canceled,
right.
like nobody's
right.
canceled. Like the thing I remember when like Chappelle came out and did his like trans stuff, and everybody was like losing it, right? And they're like, oh, this is like, and then the like they were like, we wish, and a lot of folks were like, man, like I really like Chappelle, I wish he wouldn't have done those jokes, which is a fair opinion to have, you know, I get that. And then these other folks were like, they're trying to cancel Chappelle, they're trying to cancel the great, and you know what's crazy is like, oh, they tried to cancel. He fucking sold out Climate Pledge Arena.
Right.
Like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he has like 5 Netflix special
about?
deal.
Like what the fuck are we talking about? Like this is fucking stupid. Like like if Cosby, is he alive? I don't even know. Is he still in jail?
I think he's still in jail.
Okay, whatever. But you know what's funny is that he'd get out. He'd fucking sell out fucking shows.
Oh, for sure. Because there's always going to be an audience. Because I think people want validation for their bad behavior. Like if they're doing it, then I can be all right with me doing it or whatever. On little thing, whatever it may be. But
I don't know. I just get like I know we started out talking about Austin, and like I think that there being like these kind of like New York, LA, and now Austin is like a place to go for comedy opportunities. And like it is like, you know, there's people that are gonna listen to us talking about this and be like, I don't agree with that, and that's totally fine. And I might be wrong. Like you might be wrong. Like but that being said, like you can't deny like the power that like Kill Tony is like the equivalent of like Johnny Carson's couch now, and like going on Kill Tony and having a good set. And then as a comedian at my level, the amount of people, you know, I have not been on Kill Tony. The amount of people that asked me, I actually snapped on a guy. I'm really good with fans. Like, but there was a guy, I was at the bar hanging out with my friend Ruby, right? And we were chopping it up. I hadn't seen him in a long time. This guy comes up, he was like, oh man, I really like your comedy. He's kind of drunk. I was like, oh, thank you, man. And
wait, this was like out of the blue, or was this after
like
show?
This was like a few weeks ago. Yeah, and it wasn't at a show. I was just hanging out at the bar with my friend Ruby.
God, you're so famous, Sam.
Yeah, I know, right? This guy comes up and he says that. He's like, hey, what's the deal? I really... And he comes back again. He's like, hey, do you mind if I get a picture? And even then, I'm like, hell yeah, dude. That's fine. I got you, bro. Like, no issues. And then he comes back again. And he was like, dude, I gotta ask, you know, have you ever heard of Kill Tony? I'm just like, oh my God. And
like he's bringing a new discovery to you.
Yeah, and it's like, and you know, I tried to be as honest with him as I could, but I was speaking in a very forceful manner.
Yeah. And
I was like, yeah, dude, I hear about it all the time. And like, I don't know if I would do it or not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I would do Kill Tony. Because, like, I know there's people in my orbit that would love it if I did Kill Tony. I know it would help me move tickets. I'm pretty sure I would have a fantastic set on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because, I think I think I'm sure the people who are fan base of Kill Tony are good in a lot of respects.
I know a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them come to shows.
Yeah.
There's people that Kill Tony has made people into comedy fans. A lot of those people have found my comedy and they support me and they love Kill Tony and they support me.
On your videos they comment like, "Have you heard of Kill Tony?"
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Well, okay. With that said, you said you kind of lost on that guy. Do you have a story? This podcast is all about losing it, which I do often. Actually, it's been happening a lot in my house lately because I have 3 kids and they've all been staying up way too late. And
How old are your kids?
They're 9, 8, and 5. Just turned 5.
God.
Yeah.
5-year-olds.
Oh,
Man. 5-year-olds are 8-year-olds too. Yeah.
8 is a crazy age. There's a lot.
It's wild because you can see them like they're still like that's like peak kid is 8.
Yeah.
Like you're not like you can still see what they were like when they were a toddler.
Yeah.
Like 5, I guess, is a kid too. I guess 4 is still like a toddler. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that shit works. Who cares? It's a lot though. That many kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all losing it at the same time. And I'm like, loud noises.
You know what I gotta tell you is I actually wrote a joke the other day about how, when you're a parent and like you just told me that you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
And like I have 2 kids, but the fact that you have 1 more than me,
yeah,
I just want to be like, you fucking maniac.
Oh, for real?
3? Are you insane? Like 2 is crazy. 3?
I know.
And what's funny is I'm pretty sure that like if you told me you had 9 kids and I had 8, and I'd be like, you're fucking crazy.
Well, because like adding 1 more kid is like adding a million. It's like you had 1, and then now you have 2. Like that's. Now, not only are you brushing your own teeth, you're brushing like 100 more every day. I don't know. I don't know how many teeth everybody has. But
Jackie has 1 kid with 100 fucking teeth.
That's only 1 kid.
He's a shark. He's got rows, and they fall out, and they come back in, and that's what happens when you bite seals.
He has them on his hands. It's a problem.
He's got hands, teeth. He's got mouths everywhere. Jackie has a kid, 20 mouths. This kid, 20 mouths. Not a lot of teeth for 20 mouths, though. So 100 teeth.
Let me tell you, it sounds like my kids have 20 mouths. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, right.
It's loud. I just saw on Facebook there was like this video, this man, this like really like soft white man in this like nice little soft white man outfit, and he was talking about how kids who are loud, that means they feel safe in their environment. And I was like, my kids are way too safe. We need to get a little fear in this because the decibel level is high.
You should go to the shelter and just get like a dangerous dog.
My dog isn't dangerous enough.
See, that's what you need to do.
She's too sweet.
Yeah. You need to put a shot collar on her.
Yeah.
That goes off when she doesn't bark.
Oh my God.
A reverse shot collar.
True.
I have so many good ideas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
I can't remember what you asked me.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, tell me about a time that you've lost it. And is that something that happens a lot? Like, or used to?
Oh, man. Okay. I could do one. So for folks that don't know, June will be 17 years sober. I'll do 2 quick ones.
Amazing.
And
You're like teenager sober. You're almost adult.
I know.
Age sober.
My sobriety can drive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I'll do one before I got sober.
Yeah.
Dude, this story, you're not going to believe this shit. Well, you will believe it because it's true.
I don't even believe it already.
Okay, you're going to love this shit. So, I was drunk.
Okay.
So far, you're still in.
Yeah.
I was drunk, and I was on the east side of Olympia, and I was hanging out with my friend Tara. And we went to this party, and I remember it was at a Spaniard's house.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to say Spaniard like that.
I don't know.
Well,
if they're from Spain.
He was from Spain. And
I wish I had a little guitarist.
He had a beautiful accent.
I
remember that. And like, I'm a straight dude, but
I mean, keep talking. It's
I'm
getting
a
hot in
straight
here.
dude,
You know what I mean?
I would really like to suck that guy's wiener. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. He was really something. And he was a contortionist, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't even have to. He can suck his own wiener. Anyway, no. He might be able to though, depending on the size and the shape of his wiener.
Right.
And he did this thing where he would put his hat, and he had a cool hat, maybe from Spain, and he would put his hat upside down on the ground.
Sombrero, perhaps.
No, not a sombrero.
Okay. No.
from Mexico.
Okay.
Jesus,
Oh God.
Jackie.
I'm gonna. Speaking of canceled.
Jackie's moving to Austin. Would put his hat on the ground, would do a handstand, lower himself into his hat, and then get up.
And it would be on his head.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a tight hat. That's
And
a tight
so,
fit.
without like what happened was basically like there was this house party, and then we're like, we're gonna have a talent show. And I was like, my time to shine.
Right.
And
How many
I was
people were at
like,
this party?
maybe like 75.
Okay.
I'm just is a number that I'm saying. 'Cause I
Right.
was
You
drunk
don't
and
know.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But there was enough people
Yeah.
there to really impress a lot of
Okay.
people. And
You're like, there might be agents here.
Yeah.
There could be
yeah.
industry.
And I was like, there was people that were mostly like singing and dancing. It's like,
Yeah.
all right. Lots of people do that. No thanks. But I was like, I'll go last, you know.
Right.
And I don't remember this that well, but if people don't know, like before I ever did comedy, like I had
Yeah.
this weird other talent where I can balance things on my chin.
Oh my gosh. I've
Steve-O
seen
does
I've
it,
seen you
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, and I would do shopping carts, kayaks, running lawnmowers.
First of all, wait, how do you even figure out that you can do
You
that?
just start with little stuff and then work your way up, same as comedy.
You saw somebody do it. It's the same
No,
as comedy.
No.
You got to put in the
no.
reps.
No, what I did is me and my dad would sit at the bus stop and wait for the bus, and
Yeah.
I would balance sticks on my finger.
Okay.
And I got really good at balancing
And you're
sticks
like,
on my finger.
You're like, I have a hidden talent.
Yeah, and then I balanced a stick on my chin, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty much the same as balancing it on your finger.
Yeah.
Because there's a trick. If you ever want to try to balance things
Yeah.
on your chin, instead of trying to keep the thing on top of your chin, just try to keep yourself under the thing.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
I feel like, is this going to help me balance my life?
Honestly, it's really like when I balance shit, it's like
Yeah.
it's like meditation. It feels really good. I need to do it more,
Wow.
honestly. I don't do it that much anymore. Anyway, I got to a point where I realized that I could balance like almost anything on my chin.
Wow.
So we're at this party, they're singing and dancing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't remember what the prize was. It was like a bottle of wine or something, which I was really wanted. And they get to me, and I remember we were outside, and there was like a Weber like grill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but first I
Like
started
a barbecue grill?
Yeah, I started off with like a broomstick, and people were like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I did like one of those white plastic chairs, and he was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I did a grill, and like there was nothing fell on me or anything like
Yeah.
that. And then I did something bigger. I think I did like a bench, like a bench that you sit on, like
That's
something very
insane.
heavy. Yes.
Isn't it heavy?
Yes, and it hurts.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is like people would ask me like, how do you balance that heavy stuff? And I'm like, it just hurts.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it hurts my chin.
But
it
the
hurts
glory
my
is
neck.
worth it.
And then I was like, man, like, and I remember I sat down, and I was like, that bottle of wine is mine. Right? Now, here's the thing. Like, I don't remember this that well.
Okay.
Because I was really drunk.
Yeah.
But I guess this, like, other guy after me was like, I'd like to sign up. And he was like this goth circus performer dude.
Oh, that's not fair.
I know, but listen to this. He got a light bulb and like broke it and ate a light bulb.
Oh my God.
Okay. So anyway, he won. Okay. Now here's where it
But
gets.
he also lost because he died.
No. You can eat light bulbs. You just have to chew it up. It's like there's like a trick to it.
Oh my God.
Okay. Anyway, the next morning I wake up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with my mouth? And I had all these little fucking cuts everywhere
Oh.
on my shit. So I guess I was like blacked out drunk, and this goth guy ate a light bulb. And I guess I was really pissed. And I was like, that ain't shit. And I guess I was drunk and I ate a fucking light bulb.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You were like, that. Okay. You're like, I just balanced a fucking grill on my face. This guy eats some glass?
Yeah,
And you're like,
he
I'm
gets
not
it.
going to be one-upped by this guy.
Yeah.
You're like, give
And
me a bigger
dude,
light bulb.
My friends were fucking pissed. They were like, dude, Sam, like, we get it. You're crazy and shit. But, like, That was out of control. We were going to take you to the hospital. You were bleeding.
Oh my, yeah. You just like, the guy eats it like, oh, it's like fine. And you like start eating like full shards and there's just like blood cascading. You're like, I win, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's insane. Did you get sick afterwards or like?
I don't know. I was drunk.
You're like, I
And I was
bleed out
high,
of my liver
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
But
I was living in a barn so,
Okay.
at the time. So is that like waking up in the morning and crawling out of your barn? You're like, why is my mouth all cut up? And then,
oh my God.
and then the guys that live in the house next to your barn are like, you ate a light bulb. And you're
That-
like, where
Wow.
am I?
Usually, like, you wake up after, like, a night blacked out. People are
Yeah.
like, oh, my God, you made out with this person. Like, you got really wild. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
you ate a whole light bulb,
Yeah, yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I almost got laid that night too.
Wow.
Yeah, on a love seat. I remember that. A little
That
bit.
must have been lit.
Yeah. So I guess that would count as a time that I lost it. And then
Wow. That's insane.
and then in recovery, a time when I lost it was, you'll probably understand this. So I was a bouncer for a long time.
Uh-huh. Wait, can I just say something?
Yeah.
In recovery, I feel like, are you just on edge all the time? Especially if you're like
Oh my
withdrawing from like a drug that made you feel good. Are you just like irritable all the time?
I wrote a joke about it the other day, and I was like, it's crazy when you get sober
Yeah.
because you have to get used to your feelings.
Yeah.
And like, I gotta say, like, the hardest feeling to deal with is the feeling of not being really fucking high all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like that
Yeah.
was nice.
Right, right.
It wasn't though. It turned on me. Yeah, I mean, at 4 months sober and 11 months sober, I was like suicidal. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing like, I do the, like, I'm not like super open about it, but like I'm part of a recovery program,
Yeah.
and like that really helped. And it's crazy because like I'm in recovery, I'm doing better. People are starting to trust me. I was working like 3 jobs. I had met Brittany, and I was ashamed to tell people like how much I still hurt.
Yeah.
And,
Because you
know,
wanted to be like totally fixed.
I
At
have
that
to be
point.
careful with that in comedy too, because like I like that people are nice to me and they say nice things like you did.
Yeah.
But like, it's still like, I'm still like 51% happy, 52% happy.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
there's
like that's
no, like-
very normal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like, I'm never, and that's the thing is like in recovery, I had to get used to just being like, okay. Like, I think that okay is about as good as anybody can do.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody who is like living a life where they're like, oh, it's like I feel great all the time. Like I look at like rich people
Yeah.
that I don't like, and they seem like they're happy all the time, and I have to remember that like that person's probably miserable a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I hate to use this as bring this entity into the conversation, but I think that Donald Trump is like a fairly miserable person most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's like a happy person, and like
He should
you couldn't
really
be
borrow
richer
some
and
ketamine
happier.
from.
Yeah,
Elon.
yeah. From
It could help him out.
my friend,
Yeah.
my B name friend.
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, to answer your question though, it's like recovery. There's this saying in recovery that I really like, and you'll appreciate this. Do you know what happens? You know what you get when you get a horse thief sober?
What?
You get a sober horse thief. Because that was it. Like I got sober and I was still fighting and getting in like shoplifting, and I was still I had bad boundaries with women.
Okay, all of that is probably like dopamine seeking too. And
Oh,
did
for
it
sure.
it probably like ramped up after that because you're getting less of it from the drug.
Well, luckily my recovery stuff was ramping up too. So I
Yeah.
think it didn't get too out of control.
That's good.
And even when I first started comedy, like my first couple years,
Yeah.
like I almost got in a fight with a couple comedians, I mean, I started a beef with what wound up to be like the whole comedy club industry.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I beefed with a guy who owned 1 comedy club, and now he owns 12. So, whoops. What are you gonna do?
Oopsie days.
But yeah, it's a ride. It's a definite ride, and there were moments. But I was a bouncer. That was one of
Yeah.
my jobs. I was bouncing one night, and a guy said he was gonna stab me, and I shoved him, and he hit his head really hard. and I thought I killed him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love how empathetic you are. You're like right there with me.
Well, I have 2 boys, so
Yeah.
that's always like my worst nightmare. Because, like when they're little,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, kids are
They fall over.
crazy and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, they like hit each other. And so I'm like, please learn to control this now because you're
Yeah.
just going to get bigger. And
Yeah.
like, I feel like half the people who get into bar fights and they kill somebody, it's
Yeah.
totally an accident.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, people don't realize how high the stakes are.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that, and then
But he was okay.
not really. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, he was in the hospital for like 4 days. He broke his arm too.
That's
Like,
crazy.
part of it is like.
I mean, he did say he was going to stab you.
Yeah,
but-
and that's the natural consequences. If you tell a bouncer that you're gonna stab him,
Yeah.
then you might get you might get your bell rung.
Right.
And that's what
Ding,
happened
ding,
to
ding,
him.
ding, ding.
But here's the thing: is I shouldn't have been a bouncer at that place, and I realized that then. And then my friend Casey got killed at the bar that I worked at.
As a bouncer?
No.
Oh,
He
okay.
was just a friend of mine.
Yeah,
And that really changed stuff for me too. And it was time to go. And I went back to school. At this point, I was in school for like 3 years. And we had our second kid.
While
And
you
I
were in
had-
school, you had
yeah,
kids?
yeah.
Wow.
So I was
That's
like-
crazy.
I had like a 6-month-old and like a 2.5-year-old. And then one time I was having a rough morning and I was going to school in Aberdeen and I was doing like a work study thing. And I had to drop my kid off, my like 2.5-year-old
Yeah.
off at the childcare center, and he didn't want to go. And then he did that whole like "don't leave me, Dad" thing, and I was just like, I was driving a 2003 Kia Spectra and
Yeah.
to Aberdeen, and like I had to go that day.
Yeah.
And I remember like I walked past the front desk, and I'm like really close. I even worked at that childcare center for a while. Like I know everybody there. And like I just remember walking past just being like, fuck. Like I was losing it.
Yeah.
And like I was so embarrassed because they heard me swear and like yell. And then I remember I went out into the Kia and I just started punching like the steering wheel of that Kia as hard as I could.
Yeah. And it was
I'm
like,
glad I didn't. No, it has the horns are on the side, so it didn't. Would have been cooler if it honked. But like just like scream crying. Like trying to figure out like what is this life and like what I'm doing.
That's such a healthy way to get it out, though, to be honest.
To punch
You're in your
car.
I mean, you're in your car, you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah. There was another there's another time I
Oh, wait. If I see a parent
Yeah.
saying fuck and like losing it,
Yeah.
as a parent, all I am is like,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah. There was a time too. So I was working 3 jobs, Brittany. I mean, at this point I was just a bouncer because Brittany was working full time and I was staying home with like our 3-month-old or whatever.
Oh my God.
And like she would get home from work, I'd give her the kid, and then I would go to work. And
That's
then I'd get
crazy.
home at like 3 a.m.
Oh my God.
She'd leave for work at 6, give me the kid.
So you're sleeping like 3 hours.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like trying to take naps when the kid takes naps.
Yeah.
But I remember I had to shit really bad and the kid was in a baby Bjorn and I finally walked around until he like fell asleep. And then there was a way I could put him on the love seat and like lower him down, like kneel down, like I was praying to him, and then undo the baby Bjorn and like he would just lay like this on top of like the baby Bjorn. And I was so happy because I could finally take a shit.
It's the little joys.
I squeezed a couple out, not to get too into the detail.
No, please. We want to.
Okay, good. I squeezed a couple out, and then all of a sudden in the living room, I hear this.
Oh, my
and
God.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, my
He's
God.
Like, he was only asleep for like 5 or 10 minutes. And I was like, fuck, And I go to wipe my ass. I lean up off the toilet, and our bathroom was so small. When I lean up to wipe my ass, I hit my head on the wall. And I was like, fuck. And then I went, fuck, boom, and I punched the hole in the wall. And then I was like, shit, Brittany's gonna know. Brittany leaves me. She leaves me here to take care of her kid. She comes home, there's like holes in the wall. So now I got the kid in the car seat.
You're like, it was him. It wasn't me.
I'm calling my friend Bob. I'm like, Bob, he's like a contractor. I'm like, I gotta fix this hole in my wall. I'm going home. I was like, I've got my kid. I'm like, he's in the fucking car seat at Home Depot. And
oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
That is the worst time is when you like the post lose it clarity for me is insane. Like all I need to do is slam a cupboard really hard or throw something and I'm like, oh, like I'm fine. Like I have to get that energy out. But I like when I had after my second was born and he like didn't sleep well. I had a 1.5-year-old. I had a baby. Yeah. And then I was just like out of my mind. My husband too. And he's like, I just need a break. I'm going to go out in the garage and like do some music. And I'm like, yeah. We're both trying to like get a chance when we can. I'm putting the baby down. He's sleeping. I'm like, oh my God. I lay down. The second I lay down on the bed. And at that point, I was so sleep deprived. I was like seeing spiders out of the corner of my eyes that weren't there. And I got up and I was like, the rage possessed me. And of course, like when you're married, it's like, it's nobody's fault but your spouse, even when it's not. Like when you're that tired, I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I ran. I ran out there. I was like, I need help. And I like literally pulled my hair out. He's like, what the hell is happening?
Love that.
And then I had like this stack of like potted plants. Yeah. And this is like, I mean, it's still early in the day. So all my neighbors are out. I like smack them across the yard as hard as I can. And I think I kicked some of them. Yeah. And then I slammed the door and then I'm like, no, I have to go out there and clean those up.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah. No, I know that feeling.
It feels so good. That's what I tell my kids. I'm like, didn't that feel good?
I don't think I've ever told my wife. Maybe I think I probably told my wife, but I don't think I've ever talked about this publicly. But like, she could breastfeed. Yeah. And the kid would fall asleep while breastfeeding. Yeah. And I could warm up a.
Could you not breastfeed?
I tried. He hated it. He's like picking hairs out of his mouth. He's like, not my flavor.
Gross.
No, I would be jealous because like I'd come in there and the kid would be like this, like that milk dripping out of my mouth. My wife would be on the couch with her boob out still, milk dripping out of her boob, and they're both like sleeping. Yeah.
It's like squirting everywhere.
By the way, I love you, Brittany. I don't know if she's going to like that.
This is just like, it resonates. Every woman who's ever breastfed a child has had this exact scenario.
Yeah. And she's just like a fucking bowl of pickles.
You know, they do have the like around the shoulder fake breast that some dads get, and they put like a milk contraption into it. I'm like, this is bordering on different.
I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum.
Yes.
But like, yeah.
But yuck. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude,
I'm kidding.
Oh my God. Okay. I think there's a natural time to quit breastfeeding. Yeah. And like, I get that there's parts of the world where you want to breastfeed later because water quality can be an issue.
Yeah. Wait, I should tell you before this, I still breastfeed all 3 of my kids.
Okay. Yeah. I had when I worked for the Forest Service, one of my bosses was breastfeeding, and I think the kid was like 4. And
they're talking complete sentences. They know letters. Yeah. They're knowing shapes.
And she was having a meeting, and she had him on his hip, and it was crazy because there's a Forest Service, and there's like all these fires around, and the kid's like, "Mom, please, I am hungry," and is like trying to lift up her
my God
in the meeting, and like it was so hard for me not to laugh. And then like she's like, I gotta do this thing and then we'll go. And he looked at us, this kid is like and then he looked at her.
He's mad at you guys.
And just licked the side of her boob through the shirt and then looked back at us all saucy. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. That is nature's way.
Yeah.
I feel like when you see those kittens who are like kicking their kids, you know what I mean, to get off. Like the mom cats are like, that is how I felt. I'm like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
It's
One of the reasons I
natural.
got fired from the Forest Service is I got drunk and tried to sleep with that lady. So.
But her kid was like, "Excuse me, excuse
No,
me.
her husband
This is
was
my
like, excuse me.
sure.
Dang, husbands. Why
Wow.
won't you get it?
You've had a lot of jobs.
Yeah. No, I didn't get paid to sleep with married ladies.
But I mean, you worked in the forest industry. That's what I was
that's
talking
what
about.
you're talking about. Oh, yeah, the Forest Service. Yeah. That's like, Jackie,
You
that's
were-
not a job.
you were
That's
like
that's a hobby.
You were like a male escort for the forest rangers. Like, that's what you did.
Yeah. No, that really didn't work out, and I feel bad about it, and I should stop joking about it as much as I do. I tried to sleep with a dude's wife, got a gun in my face at one point, had all kinds of stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. When I drink alcohol, this is one of the reasons why when we talk about, like, our culture, like, there are ways, like, I never committed, like, a sexual assault. However, I routinely, like, manipulated women into having sex with me and lied constantly, didn't respect boundaries, was very manipulative, and I feel really bad about that, you know?
Yeah.
I wish I take accountability for my actions, but I really wish that I was raised in a culture where women were respected more.
Yeah.
And I wasn't raised in that culture. And what's cool is that I've had, like, when I got sober, I fell into, like, a group. It was a bunch of, like, it was a bunch of lesbians that helped get me sober.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
They taught me how to look at things differently. And,
Yeah.
I still make mistakes, but I'm doing better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a part of the deal. So
Shout
and
out
I
to
try
lesbians.
to do my best. Yeah, shout out to the lesbians that got me sober. You know who you are, lesbian gardeners, West Side. Let's go.
Woo, 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 West Side.
Yeah, West Side of Olympia, lesbian gardeners.
That's awesome. I once worked in a chip factory. Speaking of random jobs.
Oh, nice.
And my job was to pick off all the burnt chips off the conveyor belt.
Oh, the burnt chips are the best.
Yeah.
ones.
And when I got home and I took off my pants, my jeans,
Yeah.
they were heavy because they were so soaked with grease. Isn't that crazy?
That is bananas.
I hung them up and every day I licked them a little bit. Got the salt out.
You rinsed them out into a pan,
Yeah.
threw a chicken
Like,
breast
I
in
can
there.
use this later.
That's hilarious. One time I was working when I was in the Forest Service, and I had, like, the craziest. Like, I'm going bald now, but I used to have this incredibly thick hair, and I wouldn't cut it, and I just looked like a maniac.
Was it curly?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's weird to talk about hair in a past tense, but here we are. One day I was out in the woods all day doing forest stuff.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
cleaning the forest floor
Yeah. No,
with a broom.
No, I think we were out actually. We were piling and burning, so we, like, would thin forest. But usually I was out firefighting. I fought.
Oh,
I
didn't know that.
Yeah. But one day, and I go to my local store, and I had been in the woods all morning, and I was getting a case of beer, and there was another guy in the cooler next to me that was getting a different case of beer, and I leaned down to get the case of beer, and when I leaned down, a full-size praying mantis fell out of my hair.
Was it the one from Kung Fu Panda?
It was big, and it's just crazy to think that, like, a bug that size could be in my hair all day, and
It was like nesting. Wow.
Chilling, yeah.
I feel like that's like a good omen.
But
now.
dude, I had a moment where, like, that happens, and the guy who was buying the case of beer next to me,
Yeah.
like, he saw it, and I saw it, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I was like, my life is wild, dude.
Oh my God. That guy still talks about that to this day.
Yeah.
He thinks you were like a wood wizard or
No,
something.
he knew I worked for the Forest Service. That's what's
Oh,
funny
you knew
about
him.
some of these towns in the West, like, that have the fire, like, I remember going to, like, upstate New York and telling people I was a wildland firefighter and seeing people be impressed.
Yeah.
But if you're in Republic, Washington, and you tell somebody you're a wildland firefighter, they're like, yeah.
They're like, cool.
Yeah, so am
I work in the mines for 13 hours a day.
That is a big thing, actually, in
Is
Republic,
it?
Washington. Yeah. K9, they have a big gold mine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it opened back up. It used to be the poorest county in the state, and then the gold mine opened back up, and now it's Grays Harbor again.
Wow.
Wah, wah.
The gold rush, the second gold rush.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Darn tootin'.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, it's literally been the joy of my life to have you on my podcast.
I really enjoyed this podcast. You're doing a good job. You're a good comedian. You're a good person. And
God.
I wish you nothing but the best in your ongoing career. And also, you remind me of have you watched The Righteous Gemstones at all?
I've watched a few episodes.
Okay. You remind me of his ex, the lady that died, the cool lady,
I don't
the
know.
mom.
I don't know her.
It's not Judy. It's not Judy Gemstone.
Is that the daughter?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
not like Judy, which is good. But their mom.
Oh, okay. I'll have to
Yeah.
rewatch.
Misbehaving.
In the comments, everybody in the chat, say what you think. I don't know.
I think it's
nobody comments, but
some
Mom.
of those glasses. Some of it's the glasses. Yeah, you got to look about you. You're doing good. You're doing
You know,
good.
every time I do this podcast, it's like when I have like a super late show the night before, so I'm like, how can I not look like I'm dying today?
Yeah. That's the movie.
Cool. Okay, so thank you for saying that, and I just have to say, I feel the same way about you. You also remind me of the lady from Righteous Gemstones. No, I'm kidding. No, you're so friendly, and you're one of those comedians who, like, when there's new comedians in the scene, I feel like you're so welcoming, because there's so many shitty people in comedy.
I'm not around new
But
comics
I guess
anymore.
back when I was
I
starting,
used to be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just appreciate who you are, and
you.
yeah, and you're obviously hilarious. The one thing I still think about all the time, whenever I think about you, I think of this one time we were at Nate Jackson's old club, and you had gotten on stage. It was an open mic, and you were working on a peanut joke or a pistachio joke.
No, it's both. Yeah.
Okay, and
I always
then
forget about that.
it was the first time I ever saw you go under the stool, and you knocked on it, and you were like, "Is this oak?" And I was like, I mean, everybody was not. It was so good. It was like, mwah, it was good. But anyway, you're so funny. Everybody find Sam if you aren't following him on socials and website and all the things. I'm sure he's coming to your town.
I'm on LinkedIn at Sam Miller, Professor Emeritus.
Find his Tumblr.
I am on MySpace at sammillerjugband.org /
barbecue grills
Maven
/ Lightbulb eater. Will you on the end of every episode, I have my guests look into the camera and give advice to somebody who is currently losing it. So whenever you're ready.
All right. If you're having a hard time right now, I want you to listen to this story, okay? I have a really stupid tattoo on my stomach, and I'll show it. It says, "Let's dance." Okay? It's really stupid. And people would come up to me and they'd be like, "That's the second stupidest tattoo I've ever seen." Because there was a guy who lived in Olympia who had LSD tattooed on his forehead, but it was backwards because he did it in a mirror. Okay? So it said DSL backwards, but all the letters were backwards. And just know, like, whatever you're going through, you didn't tattoo LSD backwards on your forehead. So
Unless you're that one guy and you're listening to my podcast.
If you're the guy with LSD tattooed, you're probably not going to do it again.
That's really great advice. That keeps things into perspective. Also, I hope that guy got a job at Comcast. DSL, isn't that their thing? Isn't that like an internet term?
This has been a great podcast, except for that last reach by fucking Jackie. That shit did not hit. Nope.
They always say let the guests have
2
the
out of
last
10
laugh, and I should have done
stars.
that.
Yeah. If that was the last, that was the last laugh. There might have been one.
Thank you guys for listening. Stay manic, my little babies. This has been the Manic World of Jaci Terj. Keep it crazy. Bye-bye.